Hey all, it's Cobra Wars. It has been a good while since I have been around and doing reviews. I thought it was time to start back up. Um, production wise, probably not that much of an improvement. Hopefully, down the road, it will get to be more of an improvement, and I will continue doing reviews and not take such a long break like I did. So if you're here watching this, we're going to pick back up doing reviews with the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures. It's a new show from Nickelodeon. Started this fall. Uh, Leonardo is the first figure we're going to review. So here he is in the package. They're kind of keeping the art style. They started with the 2003 series of figures, which is the character in the corner, artwork of the character. So that way, when you're looking through the pegs, it's easier to spot Leonardo if that's the one you're looking for, Raph, just whoever you're looking for, look for their picture. That's their figure. Cool thing is, they brought back pizza points. So if you're an older fan like me, back in the 80s, they used to do pizza points. And you could get free stuff by collecting them and turning them in. So that's fantastic. I love it that they brought it back. I've already looked at the site for it. Right now you can get a Mutagen Man from the 2003 series. You can get the classic movie Turtles. Or you can get some mini figures from the new show. That's what they're offering at this moment. But I'm sure as the line progresses, time goes on, they'll offer more, I'm hoping. So that'd be really cool to keep an eye out for that. So here is Leonardo in the package. It says Leonardo right there, and then underneath it says the Trickster. So in Rise, they've kind of shifted things. Leonardo is not the leader. That falls to Raph. And Leonardo's more of a prankster, sarcastic kind of character who, if you're watching the show, you see that he has more leadership qualities than Raphael does, but he's not the leader yet. They have talked about how they will transition as they grow into the characters that we know them to be. That's kind of what the rise of the TMNT means, I'm guessing, in the show, is that they're playing with the fact that they're young and they're not the heroes that we know them to be yet. So here's the back of the package. You got your character card, big old picture of Leo. Then you have the rundown of Leo is intelligent and quick-witted. He uses his sharp skills to beat opponents, finds shortcuts around obstacles, and always knows the perfect time to land one of his many one-liners. The other cool thing about this series, I think, personally, is that each turtle is a different kind of turtle, which makes them look slightly different from each other. So Leonardo is a red-eared slider. Henceforth, he's got the red on his face, like the red-eared sliders. They did change their weapons. He has an Odashi sword. Instead of his katanas, it plays into the show. Their original weapons get broken. They find these mystical weapons that have different powers. So it's a little different. I'm okay with it. It works for the show. Down here you have the products that are out in this line right now. Wave 1. You have the Turtles. You have April, Splinter, and then you have the 3 bad guys that are out right now: Meat Sweats, Baron, Draxum, and an Origami Foot Soldier. So let's get Leo out of the package and talk about him outside of this package. So here we go. I'm gonna pull this out. Here are the things that come with him. Let's put this back up here so you guys can see him while I look at this stuff. Here is the pizza points. I'm covering the code so people don't redeem it. because I want to redeem my pizza points. And then you get a little booklet that shows the other products that they have out right now. So there's that. Cool. So let's look at him now. Let's get him out of the package. So here's the sword, his weapon that he has now, just with it out not being mystified. It's just the sword. Then I should have grabbed a knife, or not a knife, but something to cut. Oh, here's something to cut the plastic pieces with. I'm sorry, I was really not prepared to do this video as much as I thought I was. So here, let's see if I can cut this now. There we go. So here is the sword. The sword cuts portals, and so this is supposed to be energy flowing on the sword. So he's cutting the portal open with his sword. Trimming the plastic off his hand so I can pop Leonardo out. He comes with a skateboard and 2 ninja swords, or not ninja swords, ninja stars. So here's Leo. Let's get him positioned. So you can get a better look of him outside of the package. Let's see if we can move the camera a little bit. Sorry, this is an all new setup for me. Let's zoom out, I guess, a little bit. We'll just go like this, and then I'll just move him instead of the camera. So here's Leonardo. His face sculpt. He's kind of got a little bit of an angry grin going on. The pads and belt, colors, his color blue. They got some paint app on the little turtle shell on his belt buckle. Paint apps on the figure. His shell is missing some paint on the designs that are on his shell. I mean, it's got some nice sculpt on it. He's got wraps on his wrists, on his feet. They're back to being 2-toed, unlike the 3-toed version that was in the 2003 series. So it looks like his sword just kind of clips in there. Looks kind of goofy to me. Just, you can't, his hand. There we go. Sorry. His sword clips in like that. It doesn't hold it very well. But yeah, his sword goes in there like that, so it holds on his belt. There we go. And like I said, he comes with a clear skateboard. This blue comes with has a peg on it to put on his foot, which has the hole in it. So I mean, it's kind of cool that they come with that accessory, so you can have them on their skateboards, being teenagers and stuff. They are very much teenagers in the cartoon, which is kind of cool, very kid-like. That belt does not hold the sword very well at all. Sorry. So this one has a nice paint app. It's got the handle is blue, the sword's gray, the mystic weapon, it's just a clear blue. Same sword. Smaller. This one's smaller, obviously, as you can see on the camera here. This is the blue energy it'd been kind of cool if this was gray, this was painted, and they were the same size. The Ninja Stars are gray. It's just solid gray plastic, no color on there. Articulation we have at the shoulder, and it, I mean, up and down, all around, doesn't hinder, there's no hindrance or anything. He's got an elbow joint, a wrist joint, sort of. I mean, it's more of a forearm joint, but it moves his wrist. Head-wise, his head is on a ball joint, so it goes all the way around, up and down. No waist articulation because, well, he's a turtle and he has a shell. Legs are on a nice joint that moves. Knees, I mean, he's got nice joints there. He's got ankle rotation and tilt. So, I mean, overall, really nice articulation on the figures. But then the Turtles have always had good articulation when it comes to the figures. It is the other figures in the line that tend to lack articulation. So there he is. He's nice and he looks nice. I enjoy it. I think the fact that he is a red slider makes it kind of cool that there are different turtles. He's the first turtle I have out of the package, so as I get the other ones out, you'll see the other turtles, and you'll be able to see the comparisons more if you haven't seen the show. So yeah, I'm digging it. I'm liking this figure. I think he looks great. Highly recommend them. If you can pick them up, do so. And if you haven't watched the show yet, do yourself a favor. Watch the show. It's different than the other versions of the Turtles, which isn't a bad thing. I don't think. But it's not the Turtles you grew up with. Just keep that in mind when you watch it. Anyway, this was Cobra Wars, and I will be back with more reviews. Thank you for watching.